welcome to my channel. This is the how-to ministry on love, life, and purity. Today we're going to be talking about 7 gifts you do not want to give someone on Valentine's Day. So make sure you have your pen and your paper ready to write down those things you don't want to buy. Okay, so the first gift you don't want to give to someone on Valentine's Day, unless it is your spouse, it is your virginity. That's right. A lot of people use Valentine's Day as an excuse to either ask for someone's virginity or to give their virginity away. The only reason why you should have sex with somebody is because you guys got married and it is your honeymoon. All right, I'm going to put it out there. You all should know me by now. If not, check the past videos. I'm all about true love waits. So again, that first gift that you don't want to give somebody is your virginity. The second gift that you don't want to give someone is lingerie. Now, when I'm saying these gifts, I'm saying these are people who are not your spouse. They are not your husband and they're not your wife. So again, that second thing is lingerie. Why don't you want to give lingerie to somebody? Because it sends the wrong message. I remember being at a party and I was talking to this personal trainer and he said that one of his clients had gave him silk boxers for Valentine's Day. He was so skeeved out by it. He was just like, why is this woman giving this to me? And I actually really felt bad for her because I remember being that person, so upfront, trying to take the lead with everything. And he just felt really uncomfortable. So if we sit there and we think, even with guys, like, oh, this is what they want. No, it's not what they want. You give those kind of gifts to your spouse. Okay, so again, gift number 2, lingerie, don't want to give it. Gift number 3 that you don't want to give are expensive gifts. Why don't we want to give expensive gifts? Because a lot of these things we really want to hold out for our husband or wife. Let's say, for instance, you buy somebody diamond earrings and they cost you maybe $400 or $500. And then let's say they break up with you either the next day or the next month or the next week or whatever. And now you're stuck with a bill for $500 of diamond earrings and they don't want to give them back. You might have to take them to court or whatever the case may be. And it's not wise to spend money on somebody like that when it's not your husband or wife. Okay, so save the expensive gifts for your spouse. The fourth gift that you do not want to give somebody on Valentine's Day is any type of sexual behavior. Now you can say, well, I'm not giving my virginity, but I'm doing X, Y, Z. No, do not give that up. True love waits. Purity, whether you're a virgin or not, is all encompassing. Okay, so we want to save that type of behavior, that intimacy, for our husband or for our wife. We do not want to give that to just anybody. All right, especially not just because it's Valentine's Day. Things like that really come with commitment. They don't come because it's a holiday. All right, so again, number 4, any type of sexual behavior. The fifth gift that we do not want to give somebody who is not our spouse, it is either nude or sexy pictures. In this age of technology, there have been some teenagers who have taken their life because they sent a nude picture to somebody and it ended up being all over Facebook, all over social media, and then they end up taking their life because the shame and the guilt and all the feelings that come from being exposed like that just becomes too much for them to bear. So we don't want to give that. Again, these are things for your husband or your wife. I mean, I would even suggest it then just because if it gets lost, it is lost. All right. But especially not for someone who is just a boyfriend or a friend or whatever. Sexy pics and nude pictures are no-no. Okay. The sixth gift you do not want to give away to someone who is not your spouse is going to be a travel destination. So that means traveling to the Bahamas, maybe going to Florida, somewhere warm, somewhere out of state. Because what happens is we tend to think, well, we're out of state, we're somewhere else, we're staying at a hotel, and that just gives the enemy lots of room to mess around. And let's say you guys don't do anything, but you're taking pictures of yourself on vacation. It's gonna look really bad because people are gonna be like, well, why are they vacation? Why are they together? So I honestly suggest that you keep travel destinations, again, somewhere to go with your spouse. The seventh gift you do not want to give away is a family heirloom. So let's say, for instance, your grandmother gave you a beautiful necklace and said, one day give this to somebody that you love. And you give it to somebody that you love who is not your spouse. And then they break up with you. And then they want to throw it out of spite or they don't want to give it back. So we want to keep family heirlooms truly, truly to someone who is your husband or your wife. We want to give it because it is just something that is so honored and so special, and something like, a necklace from your grandmother. You can't just buy that at the next whatever, especially if it's 50 years old or 20 years old or things like that. And the fact that it has a special meaning, let's say if she has passed away or whatever the case may be, you know what that kind of looks like. So again, if you're really thinking about giving away a family heirloom to someone who is not your husband or wife, I highly suggest you do not do that. All right, y'all, so these were the 7 gifts you do not want to give somebody who is not your spouse. Now, y'all may be saying, oh my gosh, are you serious? Yes, I'm very serious. You know why? Because I've gotten burned in the past. I've seen people get burned in the past for giving away things that are really special, especially your virginity. Man, like some people won't even give away like their phone to somebody, yet they're going to give away their virginity. You know what I mean? You wouldn't even let your friend wear your jacket, but you're going to give this person who you barely know your virginity. Listen, these things are super, super special. So we want to save it for marriage, where it's safe, where it's trusted in the name of Jesus Christ. All right. So celebrate Valentine's Day in many different ways. Bake something, cook something together with somebody watching. Okay. And just be aware of how you celebrate Valentine's Day. Okay. Because it can be super special, but it can also be a very tempting time. All right, y'all. So subscribe if you haven't. Remember to give this video 2 thumbs up. Share it because you never know who you can help. Follow me on all my social media so that way we can really start to get to know each other and just really build community, because we need each other during this time of sexual purity and the journey that it takes. All right, y'all. All right. So see ya. Beautiful people, welcome to my channel. This is the how-to ministry for love, life, and purity. Okay, so the first thing you don't want to give, or the gift,